Good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning. I think somebody forgot a
Microphone.
Yeah, that would be not me.
That would be the production person, who would be me, who is not clearly doing her job. Here you go.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. So, it's a very beautiful morning here. I mean, a gorgeous morning.
Stunning morning.
You know, we're going to have a heat wave, but like a couple of us say, I'll take it for what we get for the rest of the year. Who cares?
Right?
I can do 100. All right, so I got this cup in the mail. I had manna coffee. This is manna tea. Oh yeah, no, it's on both sides. Yeah, so Denise sent this to me. Of course, Denise and I had that. The manna tea experience. So anyway, thank you, Denise, if you're here. And I meant to text you, but I was cleaning out the fairy room yesterday, and sometimes the UPS doesn't deliver on this side, they deliver over there.
Oh.
So I found it when I was going through.
Yeah, I've seen what
pots. Yeah, they put it in the weirdest place.
In the weirdest place.
It was on that white chair out on this side. Yes.
That's helpful.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah.
So, yes.
First of all, Denise was the first one to say hi.
Oh, good.
She beat Leslie to it. Leslie Williams says hi. Joyce Lee Leggett says hi. Jan Ramian says hello. Joan and Claudia, hello.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
And Denise says you are welcome.
It's so cute. I'm having coffee in it now, though, but it will be my tea cup, because we have tea in the afternoon. Once it gets colder, especially now, we tend to have more sodas. But today, I have to go record. So Claudia is going to be here with that. Well, you can go do whatever you want, but I'm recording so here's the story with that. But wait, if you're new to me, I should do my intro and then I'll talk about the book. Okay, so if you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. We have programs for learning animal communication, all the way to professional. We have energy healing all the way to professional. We have nature and wildlife programs, and I take people on wildlife trips. And I forget these other things. I've been on the Council of the White Lions, the Gentle Barn, Spiritual Council, both of those, and I've got dog hair, expert panel of Smart Pet Talk TV. I brushed everyone also. I was very ambitious this morning. After I got home from my hike, I brushed everyone, and there's just, swept, showered, but still there's dog hair in the air.
Dog hair and hay.
Yeah, I had hay on my dress. I still have hay on my dress. Anyway.
Jeff actually has been experience. He goes, I barely looked at the hay today. How do I have hay in my underwear?
Yeah, it's hay.
It's worse than dog hair.
Yeah, well, I beg to differ. I've got dog hair in my mouth right now. I would take the hay. Anyway, so good day, good morning. That's it. We have lots of things coming up. We have the fall intensive, which is why I'm like, I have the two things, and now we have more things, but they're sort of like the pillars, right? The fall intensive and the spring intensive. And then we have, now we've added in the animal medical intuition a few weeks later in both, right? But it means that I try to complete projects. Like it gives me this date. And so we've got a lot going on right now that hopefully will be done by the fall intensive. And those coming to the animal medical intuition will see it also. What else? We have the fall intensive coming up. We have AC Level 1 coming up, which is a 10-week online class. So if you don't want to fly in for fall intensive, which is 3 days of animal communication, 3 days of death and dying, 3 days of energy healing for animals, and it's really wonderful. And I keep looking at the list of people, I looked again this morning, that are coming in for that, and the teachers that we have, and it's like a delicious group of people. So I'm hopefully a couple more are kind of thinking about coming in, but it's a pretty perfect group. Then we have Animal Communication Level 1, which is a 10-week course online. I mean, live online on Wednesdays, and it's also very fun. We have a great group already with that.
We have an awesome group for AC Level 1, and we have awesome teachers.
We have awesome teachers also. So, so which class are we trying to fill now? Isn't the 5 o'clock pretty full? Oh no, we're just doing the 11 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have an 11 o'clock pretty full, and but we have a few spots left, right?
I'll find a spot for you.
Yes.
Without going over the intimacy.
Yeah, we don't like it to go over like 12.
Yeah, because it's more intimate and it's so much more fun and we go deeper, right? But call me.
And then we have energy healing for animals coming up, which is 10 weeks, and we go deep with the EFT and into the scalar wave, and you get a partner that you work with, and I put you with really great partners, so you get a great tapping experience. So that's coming up in November. And then we also have animal medical intuition. We have a massage class here, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so the fall is starting basically next week. We have all the advanced classes. The advanced classes start next week. So AC level 3, AC level 2, AC level 3, AC level 4. So that's the medical intuition is AC level 2. Behavior dynamics and relationships is level 3. And then animal communication and sanctuaries is level 4. So that's all.
That's it.
Yeah. So anyway, I am recording my ebook today. I'm over halfway done, so I go into a studio, and the ebook is actually a book that I wrote called Animal Communication 101. It's the book that's in the AC Fundamentals. So if you've ever taken Animal Communication Fundamentals or AC Level 1, you have access to that book. It's also for sale on Amazon. But if you're interested in it, don't buy it until I think it's coming available September 25th. And it will have, it will be $4.99, and it will have a companion recording, whatever, audiobook. There it is.
I was waiting.
Wow. Audiobook. So that's what we're doing. We've got that. I'm doing that and working on the chakra book, which had a really unique chakra, sixth chakra. So I finished the fifth chakra yesterday, which took me weeks. Weeks. And last week I asked about people with Hashimoto's and and the thyroid issues. But it's interesting because I had really, I'm always kind of looking ahead at that next chakra. And sometimes I'm even like, oh, no, this applies to that one. So I go in and add notes. And you have to understand, I structured this out probably, 10 years ago. I thought this book was going to come out a long time ago. And then my agent had suggested I go for the EFT book instead of this book. So I had basically three giant structures with a lot of notes and stories. And a couple of chapters of each of them written because I had book proposals. And so my agent had suggested we really go after for the EFT book. That was like 4 years ago. And obviously I got the EFT book out, and then they've signed on for the chakra book and the Animals in Transition, Death, Dying, and Beyond. But this chakra book, I've been making notes for over 10, probably 20 years, because I was in a PhD program with Carolyn Mason, Norm Shealy, and we dealt a lot with the chakras. Obviously, Anatomy of the Spirit is one of my most favorite books, and I was always applying it. My thoughts were always going toward what does this look like for animals? And so I'd been making notes, and I have a huge notebook in one of the drawers with notes I've made over the years. And then I put them in. So even though I was finishing up the fifth chakra, which took me down, by the way, which is why I'm so perky today, because I like slept for, I can't even tell you. I think I slept from 3 o'clock in the afternoon until, I watched a movie, but then I finished at 3 and I was like, I'm out. Um,
You texted me.
yeah, because I felt sick. I thought I was going to cancel today, but I think, when you think about the fifth chakra and it's the voice, the communication, the expression of God, the whole thing. I mean, animals just don't have that, right? Except for Gabrielle, she did. And that story, I really went into detail about how she did have a voice and how many have a voice. And actually, Denise, I have a Gracie piece in there, so I need to when I go in to do the rewrite, probably next week, I want to talk to you about that, because we talked about in one of the advanced classes that, often the voice of somebody else is what imprints on the animal. So if somebody thinks they're a bad dog, or if somebody thinks they're a spooky horse, right? Like whatever they've been told continues to be imprinted. And so anyway, I write about that. I write about, just basically, well, two things, just a little research here. Dominion, basically, we have dominion over them, which is horrific. And, so it's like my own personal sad sack story about Gabrielle. It's a great story, but it was an era. It was 30 years of my life. And so writing about that, but also really, I wrote the stuff about the Dominion a long time ago, but I've been rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. But then I also had this other experience that I wanted to share with all of you that is really interesting. And it does pertain to energy. We'll still do an energy exercise today, but, the chakras and the energy around animals is everything to do with energy anyway. So I don't feel bad kind of, going off course. But, I was, as a kid, I was in 4-H, and eventually I was in Pony Club. My Pony Club manual's right back there. But in 4-H, my sisters and I collected the Farnham Horse Library. And I had like 10 of these. And I ran across them because August, my staycation, I go through my shit. And I was cleaning out the guest room closet again. It's like, it's August, clean out that closet. And so I ran across all these old books. My old friend Christina Drake was coming. And I think I took this out of this chapter, but at some point I wrote about this because she came for my birthday. And I saved all these. I thought, oh, it's going to be so fun one night to make dinner and like look at these little things that we both, looked at. And this is also right after the Olympics, right? So what happens with the Olympics? Well, for equestrians, Charlotte Dujardin she took herself out of the Olympics because a video had come forth about her abuse. And so I was really conflicted about it because I love Charlotte Dujardin. I was really sad for her, really sad for the horse, really sad for the rider, really sad for all of it. And I started really getting into what is this? I mean, here's this person who's brought more to Olympic horses than anybody has, maybe Stephen Peters, but she suggests turning them out. They've been treated like little diamonds in a little thing, and she's like, let horses have a life, wear a good helmet. Like, she's done more for horsemanship, and now she, in terms of being an influencer, and now she's taken herself out because this was revealed. So this is the thing that struck me. And again, I was already dealing with this. This is why the fifth chakra took me so long. already dealing with like how much abuse animals have taken and what have you. And so I opened this book thinking this is going to be fun, How to Correct a Problem Horse. Yeah, no, it is full of abuse and pictures of abuse. I mean, it is full of abuse. And what I realized is, and again, going back to this, and this is why this chapter took me down, but I promise it's not dreary. I mean, there's a lot of hope in it and some great stories, including Denise and Gracie. But, this is what we've learned. This is what we've learned. We've learned that, like, if you have a horse that's doing this, just tie it to the tree. No, I didn't do that because I didn't feel it was right, but that's what I learned, right? If you have a dog that's doing this, throw it outside. If you have a blank, do this, right? So, we've been raised with abuse. We've been raised that's the answer. I mean, here's this cowboy sitting on this horse. This is what we've learned. And most of us knew in our heart of hearts it wasn't right, and we followed a different track. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot for me to just examine from where it began to where we've come now. And I really, I haven't really spoken out about what I felt about like what happened with the Olympics, but the irony of dressage being called out, because it's the one thing, it's the one sport where you're like hoping the horse is coming into its full thing. The abuse is in every single sport, every single um, uh, discipline, every single, and it's true for dogs. It's true for dog training as well. And so, for me, it's been a really, that's why that chapter took me over a month, because the Olympics started at the beginning of August, and then it was my birthday, and then it was that. And it's like, so it really came full circle for me that like in them not having a voice, we've exercised a voice that was really gross. And a lot of us and the people that would read my books knew better all along and did differently. And therefore were, maybe cast out in groups, because even within the animal world, we've been that really specific little animal empath that didn't want to do these certain things. So it's been it wasn't just cleaning out a literal physical closet. It's been really cleaning out a closet. So on a more upbeat note this morning. So then, the first thing I did when I finished yesterday was look ahead at what I had to do with the sixth chakra. And, it's involved with a lot of our senses and the brain and neurology and intuition, of course, and unicorns. I'm just going to say it. But, so, and echolocation, my favorite thing on the planet. So anyway, we are out on our hike this morning and really early. And one of the reasons I don't like to go too early is because I don't want to disrupt, like, the little coyotes are going to bed. And I just am trying to be mindful of their world out there. But, there was only so much sweeping I could do at 7. So we went out. And I'm thinking about all the senses. I had one of the most fascinating little things happen. So I'm out there, and I do part of the walk on a leash, and then I let them go. And for two reasons, especially in the summer. For one thing, Abby runs off and makes friends with all the coyotes, and then, I just don't have enough room. There's already a lot of us in the house. If I start bringing coyotes home, just, and she would bring coyotes home. She who runs with coyotes. So I don't let them off leash at certain points where I could lose Abby. And also there's rattlesnakes, so I keep them certain places on leash, and then we go off leash when we get to the riverbed, which I call the unicorn portal. And there used to be a unicorn poop right outside the unicorn. Do you remember that? There was unicorn poop right out. That's how we knew where to cut off, because there's no trail where I cut in. Anyway, So before we get to the unicorn portal, we're coming around the bend, and I just, there's sometimes when I go out, I'm like, there's a coyote, there's a coyote. But I thought it was going to be early on, so I let go of that thought. And sure enough, I I see something jumping. The dead weeds are really tall. And I see something jumping, jumping, jumping. And Penelope kind of caught sight of it, but the other three didn't. So I always do a telepathic la 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 la, so that they don't know that like I just saw a coyote. But I'm thinking, my brain now is wired to all the senses because of the sixth chakra. And it was downwind, like 200 yards, that they caught scent of that coyote. That coyote was a mile away at that point. Yeah. So here we're walking this way. The coyote's like, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. It was here that they were like, that they smelled it. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I know that's probably boring. It's a non-story.
No, it's not.
But I just thought that was really cool because I always wonder, like, how do prey get away? I mean, I see it being downwind. Like, I've been laying with lions. I've been sitting in a Jeep next to like 5 lions and seen the zebra in the distance catch scent of the lions and they're out. Right? Like I've seen it, but it was really fun to experience it with my own animals. So that's it. I'm in the sixth chakra. I'm all in. It's going to get crazy. And then we'll talk about energy. That is energy. Anyway.
Val says that is the coolest hike ever. I can second that. I've been on that hike. It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Val.
Sharon West Kritzer says hi from Shiloh.
Hello.
And I'm trying to see. Okay, Tanya, thank you. Tanya posted all the links for all the things.
Thank you, Tanya.
And I posted the link to book a call with me, so we're good.
Okay. Anyone else saying hi and where they're from?
Oh, Daniela Van Amsterdam says hello.
Hello.
I'm going all the way back.
Good evening. Okay. So, yeah. What time is it? I talked a lot. Oh my God, I talked a lot. So what I wanted to play with today, and this is something we play with a lot, is the energy fields of ourselves and our animals. And did anyone do the polarity? Did you catch yourself doing the polarity exercise last week? We did the polarity. Yeah. Okay, I have to tell you something about that.
I've done it a few times since last week.
Me too. You know when it comes in handy? Have you ever had that thing where it's like, you drop the cup, and then the this, and then the this, and
that's when you stop me and go, let's do the polarity exercise.
Yeah, but I have to do it to myself because the minute that the one thing, like your frustration, all of a sudden, I have really noticed that I just feel this wave of chaos, and it's not going to get better.
Yeah.
Right? And like I'm going to drop more things. So I hope you remember that this isn't just like when you've been in an airplane or in front of a computer for too long, but it's also like when you start tripping, when you're off.
When you're feeling
Flustered or twirly.
Or as my mother-in-law used to call it, verklempt.
Verklempt, yes.
Right? Just like you don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Or when like everybody's talking to you at the same time and you have to give directions and you have to do, right? It's that. I've learned from you because she always stops me.
He goes,
I'll never
might
forget
be
the one
time.
though. I was driving up your road and you were taking care of the horses and I didn't know you could see me in my car and you saw me.
I saw her doing this. It's pretty funny.
It is. And let me tell you, if you have young children or teenagers, it's going to be your best friend.
Yeah.
It does help.
Or adult children living with you?
That too.
She's doing it now. So, and I showed you on the dog. So what I love to always talk about is the morphic resonance of the household, and we talked a little bit about that last week. Just that we've got the energy field or the ecosystem of our own home, and so we were going to try and do that. Can we do the energy field?
With the rods?
The rods are in the other room, but
oh, you're talking about. Oops, hold on.
yeah.
Aura?
See, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone say anything?
So Danielle Van Amsterdam says, love, love, love the energy and the chakra. Can't wait for the book. Leslie Williams says, I did it on myself and Willow, the polarity.
Oh, good.
Daniela Van Amsterdam says, Rubik Cubist mind. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And Kim Rimongan says, hello, I've been using the polarity exercise on myself, kids, and dog. Yes.
Good. Very good. Okay. What I think we'll do is, I have an idea. I'm going to take that little stool and move it there.
Okay.
We can take the old people magnifying glass light and put it on me.
Okay.
I'm going to look really old. We're creating a little set here. We're going to see if you can see my energy field. It's really fun.
Want to use this?
What are you going to sit on?
I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, you can use my little kitty thing.
I'm going to sit on the kitty thing. Sorry, Delilah. I don't mean to distract you. Old people magnifying glass?
Yeah, I think it might not be plugged in.
I got it.
Yeah. I bought this magnifying glass with a light because I thought, well, then I could not read with my glasses, but it just... Nope. I need my glasses. You can unplug my iPad thing there, yeah. And it sounds like the thing at the dentist office, doesn't it? When they do yeah. Okay. Well, now there's an empty set. See, there's nothing there.
I'll move it. Don't worry.
Right, my dog is right here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to move the old person magnifying glass.
That's probably better anyway.
Yeah. Do you mind if I take down the line for a minute?
There might be dust.
No, you know what? We could see it.
Well, that's why I wanted the other thing.
That makes sense. There you go.
My kitty stool.
How long have you had that?
A very long time. Since West Hollywood. Before I was married and divorced.
There we go.
Okay. Hello.
Okay.
I'm going to move you because your auric field is probably prettier than mine.
I was going to say it's
being upstage. Okay.
Where's my phone so I can watch people? Okay. People are, let me see. All right, go.
Okay. So what I want you to do first and foremost is for you to look, like right now we have a blank wall behind me. So in your own space, wherever you are, I want you to take your finger and look, if you could look at a blank wall, I want you to see if you see an energy field around your finger. Did you get dog hair on your finger?
It was like I'm seeing something fuzzy. It was dog hair.
Telling you, I brushed everyone and it flew and I swept and it's still here. It's in the morphic resonance. So tell me if you see your own energy field.
I see
And for some, it could be really close in. And for some, it could be bigger out there.
Kimry says, like a soft glow.
Yeah.
Sharon Westwitzer says, I see about a 3 to 4 inch aura whitish around you.
Oh, good.
Daniela Van Amsterdam says, yes, I see it. Leslie Williams says, I can see mine.
Okay. So now I want you to look at mine. See, tell me if you see anything around me. Do you see it? You could speak out loud.
Sorry. Yes, you can. I can see it. Wow.
What?
I could see it more on my phone than on your camera.
Oh, that's funny.
I make my eyes soft, though.
Yeah, and so that's another thing is to just make your eyes soft. But you should be able to see it. Can anyone see my energy field?
Denise Edelman says, yes, I can see it. Leslie Williams says, I can see blue around you. Yeah. Sharon West Cruiser says, pale blue around your arms. Kimry says, hard for me to see it on you, but I see a bit. Yeah, it's a little, like, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, so, but we're going to play with this. Okay, so anyone else just see it? If you can't, say no, I can't. Let's address this before we move on. No one's? Okay. All right, so I'm going to think about something, and I want you to tell me if it looks bigger. So, I love riding my new horse, Felina. Is it bigger?
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone else see it? I'm just thinking, Felina, 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 and her little trot, and her little hair.
Daniela Van Amsterdam said that it was there and then it's gone. This is before you did the Felina thing. Now Leslie Williams says it's bigger and brighter. Daniela says, yes, it goes bigger in a flash and gone.
Okay, now I'm going to think about what happens when Abby rolls in a dead animal. And what do you see?
Well, they answer. Bernadette Spector, hi, Bernadette. She says, pale blue around your arms and a large gray area around your entire right side. Kimry says, I felt it more than seeing it.
That's very good. Some people feel it, and eventually you'll see it.
Sharon Westcritzer says, head, shoulders bigger and brighter.
From the dog, rolling in the dead dog stuff, dead animal stuff.
I saw it like go. Like,
Okay, yeah. All right, so we'll play with something else. I am going to see elephants. I'm going to see baby elephants. And now I have to take the garbage out.
everybody responds. Daniela says it's yellow but mist in it when the Abby thing, and then Laura Ayat. She says Abby rolling changed the color.
That's funny. And so back to back with the elephants and taking the garbage out, what did everybody experience?
Bernadette said yellow all around you, then it went gray. Leslie Williams says it's bright with a tinge of pink for the elephants, changed color again for the elephants, more yellow, Ayat. Sharon Westritzer says a brighter glow around your head with the other glow. Kimberly says, I'm hearing colors but can't see it. Pink elephants and cute green garbage.
Yeah, that's about it. That's how I feel. Okay, so I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do a T-touch on my dog, Delilah, who's right down here. Tell me what you see. What do you see?
Daniela Van Amsterdam says blue from your arm. Oh, wow, I see that too. Bernadette says yellow and white all around you. Kimberly Morgan says, says white sparkles. Leslie Williams says it's very bright all around you. Yeah.
I feel sparkly when I do this. Yeah, we had a big romp out there, so I like to do some energy, even some body work on her. Yeah, that's pretty fun. So that's it. I just wanted to, we can go back to our regular set.
Sorry, guys.
So I just wanted to really bring that up because to show you, and we play a lot with our energy field on the wildlife trips. Like Bernadette has certainly done all the meditations when we were with elephants. And we got to do scalar on an elephant. But the thing is, every single thing we're feeling is impacting our own field of energy. And so our own field of energy then impacts the ecosystem or the morphic resonance of the household. So it's sort of like, you know, you have a feeling and then a thought, or a thought and a feeling. This all, I mean, I was just thinking about elephants. I wasn't even doing anything. It wasn't until I did something with Delilah that I was doing something. The rest was just off thoughts or feelings. So it's really important to recognize that not only, even if you think that you're like, oh, well, my dog doesn't know I'm in a bad mood, you know? Yeah. So when we recognize what we put out, we recognize that we might want to just take more responsibility for who we are, even in our home. Because when we practice that at home, it doesn't mean that you can't be in a bad mood. It doesn't mean that, like, yesterday I didn't feel good or that I cried. Look I've been working on this fifth chakra. It's like I said, it's been very emotional for me. I had some tears over bits and pieces of it. And you guys might read it and be like, what's so sad? But I think it was writing about that whole era with Gabrielle that, like, and it's a great story, but it's just, you know, I went through my parents' death, a lot. And the other day was my mother's 20-year anniversary. And then the Israel thing is just, the hostage thing has taken me down. So, doesn't mean that I can't still sit and cry or that I can't be really angry, but we can't stay in these things, right? We have to take responsibility for our own mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health and the health of our household. Like literally, it's almost like our household is its own living being, and we have a responsibility toward that. So I think if it helps us, then I think of my household as a little petri dish of like, oh, I'm experimenting with peace and harmony and still being able to feel my feelings, but this is just part of, something more global. And the more I'm able to do this and the more we take responsibility, the more we're putting that out into the ethers, and the more, that's why I always say animal communication could ultimately lead to global peace. But it starts here. It starts here. Does anybody said anything? No?
Just on the thing, white sparkles. We got that. Denise Edelman said that she saw white all around you. Sharon Westwitcher says she saw a pulse of white head and shoulders. Ayat said, I'm not seeing it around you, but I'm feeling it and sensing color. T-touch was pale blue and pink, mainly peaceful. And Daniela commented that was lovely. Oh.
Yeah, and I love putting the intention in it. Don't let me forget to do that for the fall intensive.
Yeah.
Because that last piece just came to me because she was sitting there.
Joan. Bernadette says, I totally agree with you, Joan.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, that's it.
It's a fun exercise to do with the animals in your home and the people in your home to kind of watch.
Yeah, I mean, when they walk by and stuff, just kind of squint and see if you see that little energy field around them. Absolutely. Anyone else have any last question, comment, observation? No? All right. Well, thank you, and I will see you next week. Next week we start classes, the advanced classes. We don't start the beginning until end of October, but we're gearing up for the fall intensive. We're getting excited for AC level 1. We've got so many fun things. And I personally, I love August and December, but I'm always ready to go to like Jenny Craig or, Betty Ford, something. Like, I don't know, just put me in somewhere where I have structure and they tell me what to eat. Anyway, it's August and December. It's just like, it gets a little unruly.
Well, it's your birthday and the holidays.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm super ready for structure because I've got that Scorpio moon that's... Anyway. Thank you. See you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.